back to the SACS Brewery Astro. We are watching a thrilling encounter between the SACS and Wynberg second 11, 2-2 at half-time. We've seen a real end-to-end sort of encounter, both sides looking dangerous. Wynberg looking particularly dangerous on the counter-attack. Got a lot of fast-running, fleet-footed forwards, but SACS have also been very clinical from the set piece, and they've taken their chances when they've arisen. They'll be looking to settle down nicely into the second half over here. Liam Hout on the ball, chucking a provocative overhead, and it makes its way through to Jaden Peterson. He's getting sticks on it, and he's getting taken out by the keeper, but he's also got a lot of the ball, and I think that's the right call there. You don't want to see unnecessary PC from nothing, but again, SACS looking very dangerous off the restart.
I think Ben Wiley would have had a chat with his charges, the Wynberg second team coach. He would want to use the skills of Wynberg and Manlan Langa, get them. They started like a house on fire, and then the little Liam hoped he got involved, and he kind of quietened the more experienced Mbasa down during this latter half of that first half.
Of course, Josh Snyder's also popped up from Wynberg here and there, had a couple of nice opportunities, as well as Kieran Adams, who's very effective down that right-hand channel. Here comes Mandla, shepherding the ball out nicely. Looking to link up in the midfield, unfortunately unable to do so. Liam Hout won't be complaining about that. Silky smooth hands, unfortunately a bit wasteful with his distribution there himself. Looking to make amends, unfortunately unable to do so. Wynberg again, a lot of structure, beautiful build up here, coming to the right-hand T-point. And I think that's what they'll be asking for from their main men. Less time on the ball, taking on individuals, and more time distributing.
That's Viwe, he's pushed circle entry for Wynberg. Unfortunately, not able to get the shot away on that occasion, and SACS have the opportunity to clear their lines.
Ben Elliott Jones with a failed overhead. Wynberg will look dangerous off this contact opportunity. Beautiful ball threaded through, unfortunately again. Boys are still a bit rusty, and that final touch just lacking. Left off doing very well there to contain Jaden Peterson. Like we said, he's absolute live wire. Once he gets going, there's just no stopping him. SACS again, very wasteful with that overhead. They had linked up so beautifully in the first half. I think they just need to go back to finding their players, linking up, passing and moving, back to basics. Bit of a lull in the game. Quite often happens after the first half's excitement. Teams jockeying for position and dominancy once more. Luke Salters, he's a nuggety little right half, also from the under-16A side. And SACS again, there we go, that's beautiful for me. Moving well off the ball, putting a few passes together, and they've been really effective when they've been able to do that. Wynberg will be looking to do more of the same. Beautiful one-time touch there, very ambitious little tuck around the corner. Unfortunately it didn't quite come off. Flair is synonymous with Wynberg hockey, so we love to see that.
Sam, that's another one of your under-16 stars there performing for the second side.
Yeah, Tom Stewart feeding the ball up nicely to Fleetman. Really nice kid, talented golfer as well. He'll be looking to slot home a beautiful drive into the bottom of the Gangat's goal. For the time being, there'll be none of that. Again, Wynberg have been very composed once they've turned over SACS. Having said that, a bit of a tussle here with Jaden Peterson in the right-hand corner. Beautiful drive from the young man.
Love the no-look pass there. Unfortunately, couldn't link up with another white shirt, and that's his Wynberg starting an attack here.
That's what I always did love about the SACS Wynberg Classic, especially when you played Wynberg at Wynberg in front of massive crowds. They didn't care who was winning as long as there was flair. And that's what I always respected about the Wynberg faithful.
I can tell you that is definitely in the genes there. Wynberg always wanting to show a little bit of a skill, a little bit of, a bit of flair. Whether that's on the, there's a circle entry. Unfortunately, doesn't get the backstick away on that side, Josh Snyder's, or at least Josh Paulson. My mistake. Haven't seen much aerial balls thrown today, but more Rondebosch thing, Sam, but keeping the ball on the ground thus far, but sometimes not a bad way to exit when you're in a little bit of trouble.
Absolutely, but I think you also have to play to your strengths. And as we all know, Rondebosch have made a very fine schoolboy hockey career from a dominant overhead sort of game, whereas SACS, Wynberg and Bishops, it's not really in our arsenal. So if you've got someone with the ability to throw long overheads, that's awesome. Viwe and Bata just going down there. You don't like to see that. That looks like a bit of a head collision in the end. I don't know why people have the sort of association that hockey is not a dangerous, fast-paced game, because I've broken 3 bones in a very short career playing hockey and not staying away from the rugby field. But yeah, I just don't think it's in either side's arsenal really to be thrown overheads. It's a lot of tactical awareness that comes with it and patterns of play that come after and before the overhead. But like you said there, you're actually spot on. Maybe as a form of outletting or getting out of danger, we'd see it being used today.
That's Kieran Adams, really. He's been a force there down the right-hand side for Wynberg. The Wynberg deputy head boy, he's managed to force a short corner on this occasion. I do know that he runs out in the rugby field, as I've said earlier, lots of pace down that wing, and he's managed to give Wynberg an opportunity here to possibly take the lead once more.
You won't see a tackle that filthy on Saturday morning. That was a woeful attempt from the SACS defender, and that's why Mike Villich, the SACS umpire, upgraded that, because he viewed it as a massive breakdown in play, an illegal tackle, and this is going to lead to a very dangerous opportunity for Wynberg. If I had to put money on it, I would have Viwe flicking this, but let's have a look.
Pushes out, good stop. Oh, the two first team boys, there's a connection there. Unfortunately, didn't come off on this occasion, but not even a word got said. But the symmetry between them is just unbelievable, between Viwe Mbasa and Mandla Ndlanga. It was exciting to watch. And Kieran Adams again down the right-hand side for Wynberg. Finds the forward, gets it in for Wynberg, and it is a long corner. But all action stuff, Sam.
Beautiful. The swagger dripping off that last PC routine. A beautiful zigzag. Like you said, not a word of communication. That's just the sort of chemistry that you build up when you play with someone for so much time. Obviously, both boys also playing their hockey in Langa first side. And here, Wynberg come another dangerous moment. Brocklehurst getting into the customary long barrier position and handling the danger for the moment being. But Wynberg again have really led the ascendancy of this second half, and they'll be looking to dangerously build again as they move the ball up the left-hand side.
Sam, the way I know those two boys as well, they wouldn't even have minded the fact that they didn't get the ball in the net. It was just the little skill that they showed off. You know, it's a bit like disky football.
Absolutely.
You know?
That's a brilliant comparison.
That little clip, they will definitely get the highlights package of that, and watch the Instagrams later. That'll be all over it in a few moments.
I try to check out a few Instagram profiles before commentating, get a few backstories. But everyone's either a model or a DJ in Cape Town, so I can't bring you any interesting facts, unfortunately, from Mark Zuckerberg's leading program. Wynberg, though, looking dangerous. Beautiful. Almost cover straight drive across the deep. Brocklehurst having none of that, though.
I think Jacques Callis, the old Wynberg boy, would have been proud of that cover drive. It was a nice little half volley, and he leant onto it with the shoulder. But as you said, Sam, Brocklehurst up to it, showing his class here, having played the last couple of games in the first team and keeping the scores level at 2-2.
No, absolutely. Only took Zahir all of 30 minutes to name drop Jacques Callis, the Wynberg old boy. I think, what's that? Oh, Percy Montgomery's in the stands today. Yes, one of the most coveted SACS individuals. Fullback supreme, really does it all. Jacques is what we want to say.
I will definitely send the link to this broadcast to my good mate Dane Pitt, the former SACS boy, the approacher. He's out in the States at the moment playing cricket in the USA. So that's how far these SACS boys go to ply their trade out in America. We keep it local here with down at the Jacques Callis Oval, where the Carl Verena in Sri Lanka
there
for the
is.
Proteas.
No, of course. It's going to be a long, hard battle if we're going to start dropping sports stars, especially with all the greats that Wynberg have been able to accrue. My favorite Dane Piet moment was not his fifer in Zimbabwe, but rather when he tweeted Bosch's bot on a faithful Saturday morning whilst the SACS were taking on Bosch's first team. But here's a much more enticing clash as Wynberg burst down this right-hand channel again. Daniel Ossendriver, it's so great to see him on the park. He's had stress fractures in his back, all sorts of injuries. He's been isolating with COVID. So it's always great to see very talented sportsmen back on the turf doing what they love.
So I'm just taking you back to the Dane Pitt story. I was always on my nerves when I interviewed him. At any point, at no stage did you know what was going to come out of his mouth and whether it was able to be televised to the viewers. You know, there was no filter with Dane Pitt.
I love that. We need characters. We need characters in the sport. So great to see and great to hear stories like that. Luke Salters, he's also got quite a lot to say. When he arrives at our training sessions at 6 in the morning, he's usually cooked up a chorizo, sort of scrambled eggs. Real Gordon Ramsay of the 16A side. Mandla unable to link up there. We've got Straydom. He's in possession now. Really strong ball carrier. Spends a lot of time in the gym, as you can see. Got that extra small shirt on, a la Faf du Plessis. Beautiful.
Fantastic, fantastic. I do know that the gym hours are not only for sport, but also for the good days approaching in the summer for Clifton Beach. That's what these youngsters love these days. It's sun's out, guns out.
Sun's out, guns out. Absolutely. Ripped for rage. I see Plate Rage is happening once more. The boys will be
no, let's not COVID spread there, guys.
But it's quite an interesting initiative that they've done with the Plate Rage this year. If you're not vaccinated, you're not allowed to come. So interesting to see whether that'll lead the youth to get vaccinated. But I don't get too political on this second team broadcast.
No, I do fear for these mass gatherings, super spreaders, as they say. We've seen, there's manages to keep it in there. We have seen what these events can do, and that's why we can't have any fans at these games, any spectators. We do miss the school chants, all the cheering. That is normally associated with these games, and I'm sure Sam and I can do you. That's a great save there by Gankhat, keeping the scores level.
It's been absolutely back and forth here. Luke Salters, beautiful inside-outside over Mandla stick. Another aerial ball. Fool me once, shame on you. Beautiful tackle from the Wynberg defender. And again, look at the wheels on these Wynberg boys. What a strong carry up the middle of the field from the deputy head boy, Kieran Adams. He's had a wonderful, wonderful 40-odd minutes here out here for Wynberg.
Sam, we've had some suggestions that if there's no fans in the stands, are we going to do a few cheers before the first game?
Jeez, roll back the clock there. I don't know. I haven't warmed up my voice quite enough. My favorite chant from Wynberg was always "Wah!" as you inside tucked someone. That was a chant for me. Like I said, they just really supported anyone. It looks like we've got a stop and play here. Not too sure what that is for. I heard some rumbling, perhaps thunder. Who knows? Left in the dark here a bit. Wynberg boys not too happy to be getting off the park, angrily whacking the ball into the side netting there.
I do know we were playing halves and we've taken a chucker break in midway through the second half.
As you can see, the rain starting to come down quite heavily. Oh, such a beautiful setting here in Newlands. Not too sure what this break is about. As soon as we made away ourselves, we'll be the first to let you know. But quite a necessary stop and play because that was just end-to-end action.
No, definitely. It sounds like a thunder break. We ourselves probably need to get some cover fairly soon because the rain is coming down quite heavily here at the SACS Brewery Astro. As we said, a chilly time in Cape Town. You can see the rain pelting down on the turf at the moment, and just that's the rain stoppage, as you see. Taking the umpires just taking a precaution. I've seen this happen in Johannesburg before when the lightning strikes, when the players need to get off the field. But the young men just taking shelter there. It has been a fantastic encounter. No goals yet in the second half, but it is 2-2 between these traditional rivals. End-to-end stuff, Sam, from both sides.
And so here I've just got the weather update. It is for thunder and lightning. Thank you, Disco Stew, for the shout-out. Keep watching the stream, you legend.
Welcome to a freezing Brewery Astro here at SACS. Something I've never ever witnessed before. Hail calling an end to a hockey match. Sam, I don't know if you've seen this before, but it was an experience to see the hail, the white snow, as you can see on the field down there, bringing it close to the SACS second 11 game against the Wynberg second 11. A thriller that had to be stopped at 2-2. The players forced off the field and bringing an end to a fascinating encounter.
Unfortunately, it was complete back and forth there, and unlucky for the second team boys, their game has been bumped for what we're all here for, the SACS first 11 taking up the Wynberg first 11, which is going to be a very interesting encounter, not only just to see how the boys perform, but also just to see how the frosty conditions affect not only the turf, but how the ball performs, all that sort of stuff. So it's going to be a very interesting game of hockey. I mean, I've never seen anything like this. We've had when we played in festivals up north, we have those sort of thunder and lightning balls going off, but I've never seen anything like this in Cape Town.
No, it was a unique experience. It's still shivering here as we're speaking, Sam. The teeth are just shuddering as we